Hi K1. I'm so excited to read another book of the many reasons why we should keep taking care of our earth. I can't wait to see the things you've been doing at home to keep our earth nice and healthy. So let's get started and read this book together. The title of this book is called The 3 R's. Who remember what the 3 R's are? Nice remembering. Reuse, reduce, and recycle. Reuse, reduce, and recycle. Those are the 3 R's. And this book is going to tell us all about it. But we've been learning so much that today, as we read, I want you to think, what are the things that I reduce, reuse, and recycle in my home? So think about the things you do at home with your families and the things that you reduce, reuse, and recycle. Let's get started and read this book together. Do you know the letter R? It is the first letter in 3 words that teach us different ways to fight pollution. It is the R in reuse, reduce, and recycle. Do you know these words? Of course K1 knows these words. Reuse things that are still in good shape, such as your big brother's jacket. Reduce the amount of things we throw away, such as papers and cups. Recycle all things to make new ones, such as puppet out of an old sock. That's a great idea, something you can all try at home. In the town where Paul lives, people throw their garbage bags into a garbage container at the corner. In the morning, a garbage truck empties the container and takes the garbage bags. Do you know where? To a garbage landfill or dump, which is a huge place in the mountains or in the countryside, far from the city. In Paul's town, however, there are so many people and so much garbage is produced that every landfill is full already, and nobody knows where to build another. So they have built a huge furnace called an incinerator to burn all the waste material. Nobody likes to live close by. People think the smoke coming out of the chimney is harmful to plants, animals, and people. At Paul's school, they have talked about the huge amount of waste produced in just one day, and they have decided to reuse as many things as they can. That means that now they will use every object many times until it breaks or cannot be used anymore. At his school, they paint both sides of all sheets of paper, use the empty cans of paint to keep paper clips and rubber bands, and use the pieces of paper left over to make wonderful collages. Do you have any other ideas? What are some ideas you might have that we can use next year in school? Great ideas. I will look into those. At home, everybody reuses as many things as possible. Paul wears the t-shirts that his big brother has outgrown and also plays with many of his old toys. Can you guess how many objects on the right page may be used over and over? Paul's brother outgrew his bike, and now Paul rides it. And since he has no use for his tricycle anymore, he has passed it on to his cousin. So when I was younger, like your age, I have an older sister. So I used to reuse her clothes. So we used to help the earth by not buying so many clothes, and I just used to reuse her clothes and toys, just like Paul did. Something else we do at home and at school is trying not to waste water or electricity, because this way we help take care of our planet. It seems very little, but the drops of water from a leaking faucet could fill up a bathtub in a day. So keep the water and lights off when they are not needed, of course. When Paul and his family go shopping for food, they take their own baskets or bags made of cloth. By doing that, they won't have to ask for plastic or paper bags at the supermarket, and will reduce the amount of plastic and paper made by factories. Reducing means using very little, only what is needed. So what are some things that we can do at home to take care of the earth? We can turn off the water when we're not using it. We can turn off the lights. We can take our own bags and baskets to the stores. Those are all great ways. Use clothes from our older siblings. Nice. Passing our toys to somebody else. Great ideas. Plastic bags are very handy, but sometimes they end up in the sea where they can be dangerous for animals. Turtles may take them for jellyfish and eat them, or they may get tangled up in the plastic rings used to hold cans together. It is very important not to litter the ground, the woods, the beach, the ocean, or the city. Should we throw stuff in the trash? Not at all. It will harm the earth. At Paul's school, they throw old paper and cardboard into a special street container. Then trucks pick up everything and take it to a paper mill, where used paper and cardboard is shredded and washed until it becomes a pulp that it is wet and soft. With this pulp, they make paper again. When it gets dry, we have recycled paper. Practically everything can be recycled. Paper, cardboard, plastic objects, glass, cans, all these things are first shredded, ground, or pulped, and then they go through different processes that make new drinking cans, glass bottles, plastic containers. At school, we make paper paste out of torn and wet old papers. Paul's parents have told him that food scraps can also be recycled. All food that otherwise would be wasted can be made into fertilizer, which is food for plants. The fertilizer produced this way is called compost. The banana peels and lemon rinds Paul has just thrown into the garbage may become food for plants like all food scraps. That's great. But if we want to recycle, we have to put the waste in special containers. Now, in the kitchen at Paul's home, there's a container for things made of plastic, metal, or glass, and another for all the other garbage. Also, all newspaper and magazines are neatly tied in packages so that they also can be recycled. At some school, they also collect used batteries. The children have been told batteries may not be recycled and that they pollute a lot, so it is very important not to throw them in the garbage. That's why the children have made a special container for them. Once it is full, they will take it to a recycling center where the metal from the batteries will be used to make new ones. If we waste less and recycle all we can, there will be less pollution and we will be able to live for a long time in our little planet, breathing smokeless air, swimming in clear waters, and strolling through woods and countryside free from garbage. The end. Now that we read this amazing book, what are some ways that you reduce, reuse, and recycle at your home? Those are amazing things you and your family are doing. Keep it up, K1, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Make sure you continue to talk to your families about the things that you should reuse, reduce, and recycle at home. Bye.